Hey, what is up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online league. We're back with Gruul, Herigast, Eldrazi ramp on the play for game one. And these opening hands, man, they are brutal. Was that a no lantern to just one of Bajuka Bog? Spare me. Oh my god. Pitch talisman, done. Hope we draw into a K command here. It's our best hit off the top, I think. Bog, Thoughtseize, takes Mycospawn, no supplier. Sephiroth, Birthing Ritual. Oh, interesting. Owen Sweatteeth, fetch. Stomping Ground, shock. Rumble. Sire Seven Deaths or Chrysalis? Let's go Sire of Seven Deaths. And pass. And hold. Black. Unearth. Resolves. Stitcher Supplier gets sacked. Triggers. Gravecrawler. I wonder if this is what I think it is. That one deck with, what the fresh hell is it called? Warren? The Gravecrawler? No, Warren something or another. Hit you. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna Bajukabog you. Bajukabog. Yeah, I want to make sure if it is the Warren deck that I'm thinking of that they do not have a Gravecrawler in yard, if I can help it. Supplier. Bowmaster. Attack. I will trade all day here. Sacrifice. Triggers. That's fine. Trade. Triggers. What the fresh hell are you? Crypt of Agatine? Okay. Did not expect that. Sanctum of Ugin. Cast Sire Seven Deaths. Trigger Sanctum. 6. Oh, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm gonna say yes. But not for what they think. I'm gonna go for another Sire Seven Deaths or another Sowing Mycospawn. I think Sire Seven Deaths. And pass. And pass. Verdant Cat. Overgrown Tomb Shock. Birthing Rift. Gravecrawler. Birthing Writ finds what? Finds Stitcher Supplier. Grist, Overlord of the Baelmerk. Talisman, go to combat. Swing for 7 down to 11. Up to 20. Play Ugin's Lab. No imprint. So unless they have a sweeper, they can't remove both sires. So they don't have enough life. Seven. What will you do with 7 mana? If you have a sweeper, I cry. 7, 10, 3 short Emrakul. 7. Still 7, yes. Crypt of Agadim. Never in my life was I expecting that. Warren Soultrader. There we go. That's the card I was thinking of. Or not? What's my opponent doing? Still 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Overlord of the Bailmerk. Picks up Grist? Question mark. No, you won't be able to cast Grist, Orcish Bowmaster. That's still not enough either. Because it's 14 damage, you need to mitigate 4. With Bowmaster, you're only mitigating 3 as it stands. Bowmaster. Target me. 19. 3 left in hand. Okay. So now if I draw into a K return or K command, I win. Ritual. Sacrifice Bowmaster for... Okay, there's the Soultrader. Draw. Herigast. Okay, so let's start by going to combat. Block, block. Mm-hmm. Four, 5, 6. Keeping the Trawler. Why keep the Trawler? Yep, they all die. Down to 2. Trigger. So, in that case, I will cast Talisman of Impulse. I will sacrifice Osiris 7 Deaths. Exile my hand, always yield. Yes. There's K command. Play Gemstone. Alright. In that case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I will hold the K command. I guess we could shrink the number of creatures. They have 11 right now. There's the Warren Soultrader, which they could unearth. I'm just gonna hold. The K return is offline, unfortunately. So they have 11 black mana as it stands. We have Sire on the ground with evasion and trample, Herigast in the air. You have a K command X equals 3, which can exile the Warren Soultrader on board or in yard. There's 2 Warren Soultraders in yard currently. They also will need something to drain me. It can't just be whatchamacallit. It can't just be damage. Well, I guess Warren Soultrader, yeah. You can only activate it once. So yeah, this is Warren Soultrader. Opponent scoops it up. Warren Soultrader. Then a while since I've seen that card. I guess Sephiroth has brought back some testing of it, which is interesting. Crypt of Agadim I wasn't expecting, though. That was kind of nutty. We want Grafdigger's Cage. We want Dismember. We want Bog, but not... Ghost Quarter might be okay if Crypt of Agadim. This is more combo-esque, though there's a lot of steps involved. Return doesn't deal with the Soultrader. Well, maybe we actually do want Herigast, cut the Sire. We could argue Disruptor Flute. We could. But we'd need to cut Rumble for 1 flute. And then bring in a 2nd flute. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Because we can always name Warren Soultrader. Yeah, let's do that. So I imagine Sephiroth is the drain effect they look for. Probably not using, like, Blood Artist anymore. Because I think they're running Blood Artist before. Maybe. I mean, we have the Flute. What makes his hand better? Utopia Sprawl. Soul Lands. You can keep it. It's not great, but not horrible. Underground Mort. Puts White of the Reliquary into the yard. Interesting. Chrysalis. Wooded Foothills. Really could use a Soul Land here. We'll pause on end step. Thoughtseize. Probably want to take either the Cake Command or the Flute. Takes the Flute. Fluted Delta, fetch 17. Swamp for another Thoughtseize. Unearth the White. Interesting. Commercial districts. Surveil. Misty Rainforest is not what I want to see. I feel like putting it into the yard, though, might also be a mistake. I'm going to put it into yard. It's not great. Draw. Dismember. We can dismember the white for what it's worth. Two. Bloodghast. I'm going to dismember the white now. And pass. This way, if they're land light, they'll miss their land drop. They don't. 16, Swamp, Stitcher. Sephiroth, draw, Cage. Play Cage, pass, and pass. I need a Soul Land, please. We have 8 hits off the top. 3, down to 12. Birthing Writ, sacrifice Stitcher. No, chooses not to. I mean, Gemstone's the right direction, I suppose. We'll pass. Overlord. Probably picks up Sephiroth here. Trawler, land, no bolt. 3 down to 9. Birthing Writ. Oh, I guess Grafdigger's Cage, that's right. Yeah, that's why they're not. Draw, land, please. For love of all things. Pass. 6, or 3 down to 6. Free in hand. Casting Disciple of Bolus. Sacrifices Bloodghast. Bloodghast trigger. Grafdigger's Cage. Catacombs Fetch. Overrun Tomb Shock 4. Ghost Vacuum. That's fine-ish. Ghost Vacuum, take Flute. Ritual. Land. It's one of those days for red. And pass. And pass. Eternal Witness. Grabs Bloodghast. Haste Bloodghast. Yes. Down to 1. Uh-huh. Soul Land. For the love of God, give me a Soul Land. They should also Ghost Vacuum their Sephiroth. For the love of God. Chrysalis isn't enough. No. Rumble. Concede. Well, make a spawn. Myco spawn. No, we can just Myco spawn. Never mind. Yep, we'll concede. That was rough. That was rough. I mean, I would have taken Sprawl earlier, would have taken 8. There's 8 Soul Lands, so that's 12. Rumbles earlier, that's another. I guess I cut Rumble, so 14. Cut Gemstone. Oh, cut Gemstone. I guess we said we wanted another Flute, though. That's right. Alright, let's run it back. The thing is, like, K-Return's not bad here. Because most of their other stuff is pretty small. Yeah. Awkward. On the play for game 3. I'll keep. So I want a Soul Land. We have 8 hits off the top for Soul Lands, otherwise we Rumble, which is fine. In that case, Stomping Ground, Shock, Sprawl for red. And pass. And pass. Cryptid Agadine, draw. Flute. Rumble. I will grab a Sowing Myco spawn. Wooded Foothills, pass, and we'll hold. Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize is fine. See if you take the Flute, take the Herigast. Takes a Chrysalis. Interesting. Shock. Black. Thoughtseize? Jesus. Takes Myco Spawn or takes Flute. Takes Myco Spawn. Pause on end step. Their thought is that if they take those two, then we can't get to the Herigast, which is fair. Commercial District. Surveil. Temple. I do want the Temple, but I would love if I would love even more if I had the Myco Spawn. Yeah, I'll take the Temple. Play Cavern of Souls, since they don't know about the Temple, but they know about that in Eldrazi. We'll pass. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 next turn. We have Flute. And hold. 2 white. White is fine. Land, Mort. Surveil. And pass. Draw. Emrakul. 7, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, of course. Pass. Black, black. Maybe not. Go to combat. Swing for 2. I'll take the 2. 5 in hand. 3. Eternal Witness. I really don't want them to hit the Thoughtseize. The question is whether or not they have another land. Because we could go for the white. In that case, I'm going to go flute. White of the Reliquary. And pass. Takes Thoughtseize. Do you have a land? Of course you do. Thoughtseize takes the Emrakul. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Need a temple. Draw. For fuck's sake. Yeah, pass. And pass. Yeah, what I didn't want happening was white sacking the Eternal Witness with the Eternal Witness on the stack. And just be able to loop that, basically. 2. Bloodghast. 3. Grist. Grist plus. Overlord. Draw. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One shy of the Herigast. Pass. I'm an idiot. So I can actually emerge the Herigast off the spawn for 8. Damn it. I completely forgot about that fact. It doesn't reduce the cost, but it is cheaper by 1. Bowmaster. Yep. I could have Herigast there. Now, it would have died to Grist, mind you. But I could have Herigast there. I could have done that for turns. No, I was short on lands. I guess, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Never mind. I had to sacrifice it. I couldn't. Okay. We're fine. No, we're not. We're dead. Moments like this remind me why I don't like Herigast. Because there are so many other cards that this could have otherwise been, from Ugin to Null Drifter to World Breaker, that would have been infinitely better by comparison. I guess it couldn't be Sire 7. Yeah, it couldn't be Sire 7. That's because we have 4 in the deck already. But yeah, Ugin, World Breaker, Null Drifter. Could have been any 3 of those cards. Would have been infinitely better than this 9 mana brick in hand. We'll concede. Brutal. Yeah, I mean, as I say, like, Herigast has a higher ceiling but a lower floor than just plain regular E-ramp. Well, and I didn't mean to go to the screen, but regardless, we'll be back for match 2. All Alright, and we're back for match 2 on the draw for game 1. I'll keep... I guess maybe in retrospect I should have... Aether Vial? Oh, this is... Okay. I know what this is. It's Blink. And pass. I guess we probably hold up the K command. Bog, Bolt, Overlord of the Bailmerk? Thoughtseize. Takes the K command. And there's my cat wanting to scratch down at the door. Yep, K command out. Cost. I'm sick and tired of Thoughtseize. Yeah, commercial district. Trigger. E-temp, I suppose. Yeah, pass. We hold. I mean, chances are we're going to get hit by a White Orchid Phantom off of Aether Vial. Oh. This is not what I was expecting. This is Rakdos Goblins. Aether Vial. I'm in danger. E-temp. Yeah, I'm in danger. Aether Vial triggers. I mean, all they need is Kiki Jiki. Oh no. What the fresh? What are you? Okay. Oh, max speed. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Draw. Sprawl. Misty. Fetch. Forest. Sprawl. For red. Sire, 7 deaths. Pass. Question of the day. Can you do anything but a sire? Munitions expert. No. That won't do enough yet. We could Herigast by emerging from the sire next turn, but I'm not sure that is actually wise. Heavy attacks. I'll block the Snoop. The Snoop is what kills me. They could munitions expert their own Snoop. Slinging. Munitions expert. Pay 7. Why would you do that? I guess they thought that they could pay through the ward, but no. Either that or they didn't realize it as first strike. Okay. We'll take it. What is with these decks today? I had another league I just played before this that I had like the Jund Living End, Calibrated Blast, and then the other two are pretty normal. But Goblins and Warren Soultrader, that is rather unexpected. Dismember, K-Return, Wasescape, Bajuka Bog out, Ghost Quarters out. We can cut to Herigast, question mark? Or cut to Sire. I mean, cut a Rumble. Cut to Herigast. I feel like Sire just wins on its own merits. Maybe just cut a Wasescape here. Because Wasescape is simply just to deal with Aether Vial. But maybe there's a world where we use Flute instead so we can name Snoop. Maybe. That actually might be smarter, honestly. Yeah, let's run it like this. You have a ton of removal. And once they're empty-handed, the vials are kind of meaningless. But the flutes are definitely necessary for the Snoop. Okay. So many Thoughtseizes. 7 hits off the top. I'll keep. Pass. 7 hits off the top and 2 draws. Aether Vial, yep. Draw. Okay. We pass. We hold on the off chance that it's relevant. 2. Hasting. That's interesting. No shot. Yeah, that sure is a Warren Instigator. Jesus Christ. Uh-huh. What goblin you put in play, friend? Ringleader. 4 cards revealed. Crate Maker. Harbinger. And Heavy. Yeah. That sure was a turn. Draw. We're likely going to have to get rid of the Warren Instigator. Crate Maker reads... Okay. I'll hold the K command. Hasting a Warren Instigator. Was not expecting that. Land. To combat. Uh-huh. Attacking. Command. Ramp exile. And done. You cannot make contact again. That is not happening. Alright. I'll take the 5 down to 13. I'd like to keep my spawn so I can play Sire. Triggers for speed, yep. Draw. Misty Rainforest fetch. For a forest. Sire's 7 deaths. And pass. And just hope they don't have Snoop in hand as well. Oh, Jesus Christ. Crate Maker. Non-land permanent. Oh, colorless non-land. Yeah, that's a thing. Alright. Pass. Down to 6. Draws a card. I can rumble. Herigast. Or sprawl. Herigast. And pass. We're dead on board if we can't block. Vile. I guess if we just go reveal. What did you reveal? What is it? Flute. Battlecry Goblin? Pass. And pass. Do I still die? Block 2, 4, 6. Yeah, I'm still dead regardless. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I is dead. Yeah. Block. Yeah, I guess I should have played around the Crate Maker and maybe just held up the K command. I was not thinking about the fact that, like, in my mind, I'm like, okay, can destroy target non-land, colorless non-land permanent. And every time I've ever played against that, I've never, like, thought to myself, oh yeah, that can kill my Eldrazi. Wild. Alright, well, cut Gemstone, bring in Ghost Quarter. Run it back. Yeah, I should have just held the K command. X out something ramped. Called it a day. And hold. Are on the play. And we'll keep. Draw. Forest. Sprawl. Red. And pass. And pass. Surveil. Matron to Yard. Draw. Cavern of Souls. I mean, we could hold the K return, but I think ramping here is right. Talisman. Commercial District. 1, 2, and I do want the Sanctum. Yeah, we'll put it on top, and I'll pass. And pass. Cavern Souls, name Goblin. And Crate Maker. So I could go Myco Spawn into K return. And I'll do that. Name Eldrazi. Myco Spawn. Search. Uggin's Lab. Imprint. K return. Pass. No Crate Maker, please. Yeah, just for some reason didn't register to me that that could destroy an Eldrazi for 1. I don't know why. It just, in my mind, it couldn't. I was like, yeah, about that. Arena of Glory. Blood Moon. Well, that's just rude. Draw. E-temp. You have all the mana in the world and nothing to do with it. Yeah, I kind of wish I had my Wayscapes now, actually. I should have brought them in after the Blood Moon. I completely just blanked on that, to be honest. The good news is they have no black sources because of the moon. Matron. Snoop. Draw. Chrysalis. Always yield. No reason to play the Sanctum. The combat. And pass. Snoop. Trawler. You can't play the Trawler, thankfully. Battle Cry. And draw. Play the Sanctum. We have so many 7-mana value spells we could hit off top here. I will pass. No attacks. Oh, you son of a... Okay, we're not dead yet. Create a copy. Yeah, we're not dead yet. Please give me a 7-mana value spell here. Draw. I will take it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. So in that case, we go to combat. Walk. Alright. Surprised you want to just make a token copy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Triggers. So Snoop will be down. They'll still have Kiki Jiki, for what it's worth. The biggest thing is they don't have a black source thanks to the moon. That will resolve until I'm trying. I can't do anything about it. So you can make as many copies of Snoop as you want, but I don't think you can do anything with them is the thing. Like, you don't have a munitions, access to munitions expert. Yes. And pass. Yeah, I definitely should have brought in Wayscape over Flute, I think. Also, we didn't see Flute yet, so it wouldn't really matter in this instance, but opponent scoops it up, we'll take the win. Okie dokie. Some interesting matchups so far. With that said, we'll be back for match 3. Alright, and we're back for match 3 on the play for game 1. Yeah, we can keep this. So, I mean, this is angling for a Myco spawn kicked on 3. Hits off top, K command, Herigast. Yeah, we have a decent number of hits here, honestly. Alright. Let's see what they got. We start with 7. I do almost wish, and it's maybe something that's a bit silly to implement, is if there was a feature where you're like you and your opponent need to both like say that you're here, if that makes sense. Because there are like many times like this where I'm like, oh, okay, is my opponent here? Are they not? I don't know. Like have a shorter timer for inactivity there. Ocelot Pride. Draw. Emrakul. In that case, we rumble. I'm opening that they do not. That's interesting. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I mean, I think we go with the Sire's 7 Deaths here. Sire's 7 Deaths. I'll pass and hold in case they have a Galvanic Discharge or Static Prison for the spawn. We'll take the 1. Land, 6 in hand, red, red, bombardment. Damn. So no kicked Myco spawn, because we'll probably ping the spawn off the bombardment. It is the responsible thing to do. Draw. K command. In that case, I think I'm going to hold the K command X equals 3 instead of playing the Myco spawn. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13. Okay. Like, most likely might just end up getting rid of the Pride. But we'll see. Combat, Pride will hit, that's fine. Land, fetch. 2, 3. Fable the Mirror Breaker in response. Ramp, exile, Pride. And done. And pass in full. Alright, question of the day. Do you sacrifice the shaman token? You do not. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 14. 14 minus 2 is 12. 2, 4, 5, 8, 9. 9 minus 2 would be 7. So we could play Myco Spawn and Sire's 7 Deaths. I will play Verdant Catacombs and cast Emrakul. Tis an Emrakul. Our turn, comrade. Pings me. Yep. What you got in hand there? A Johnny, a Witch Enchanter. Another Goblin Bombardment. So I'm thinking trigger. Yes, we can pitch a Johnny Bombardment. Pitch a Johnny, pitch Bombardment. Guide of Souls, Mountain. Thinking play the Mountain and then Witch Enchanter. Actually, how's Witch Enchanter read? And opponent controls. Rude. That's very rude, in fact. In that case, I'll play Guide of Souls. Bombardment. Target self with Guide. Down to 17. I can push you down to 14 by bolting in the Witch Enchanter. I wonder if maybe I should have played the Johnny. Unfortunate, because we could have hit twice. Otherwise, now I can at least exert Arena of Glory. And then we could Elegant Parlor, put a card on top. Yeah, we'll do that. Elegant Parlor, Surveil, Trigger, Galvanic Discharge. Really doesn't do anything here of value. So I'll put Discharge on top. And we'll pass. I guess I could have hasted the Witch Enchanter to be fair, but eh. Reflections of Kiki Jiki, Elegant Parlor. And draw. Oh, I forgot to fetch, for God's sake. Fetch. For a Stomping Ground shock. Red. Kick Mycospawn. Kick Arena of Glory. And grab a Commercial District, question mark? No, I'll go Commercial District. Surveil. So you can discharge. We know you have the Witch Enchanter. It's not a big deal here. Mycospawn top. The Jukabog target you. So you have Galvanic Discharge, I think land, which is a mountain. Yep. Mycospawn down. Attack with Emrakul. Down to 4. And pass. So it should be Witch Enchanter, Mountain Unknown. Okay. And for game 1 against Energy. Let's go to sideboard. So we want Dismember, K-Return, cut Ghost Quarter, keep Bog. I mean, we don't really need to rush out the combo. So maybe just cut 2 Herigast here. We could go Wayscape Battle Mage. Not entirely necessary. I think maybe we just run it like this. Yeah. I think that makes the most sense. But we'll bring in Clarion Conqueror. I'm trying to think what else. Maybe Blood Moon? I mean, if we see Blood Moon, we'll bring in Wayscape in game 3 if it gets to that point. But having access to 4 Sire 7 Deaths will be very good here in this matchup. I do wonder if like 2 Herigast is enough. Like basically play just a normal shell plus 2 Herigast and call it a day. Like maybe 4 Sire, 1 or 2 Ugins. It's a thought. I will keep. 7 mana value spell at the top would be amazing. Otherwise, we go Misty Rainforest, fetch for a forest just in case they brought in something like, whatchamacallit. Ooh, Ghost Vacuum, interesting. Draw, K-Return. K-Return's solid. In that case, I'm actually tempted to go for Stomping Grounds. I was thinking in case they bring in Charmaw, but Charmaw isn't really all too common anymore. For red and pass. And pass. Again, lowest 7-mana value spell off the top. Or a temple. So 9, 13 hits off top. Sacred Foundry tapped. Really? It's a pretty non-interactive hand. There's a temp. Let's cast Writhing Chris. This allows me to hold up Dismember. Always yield. And pass. Land and Blood Moon. Really? Alright, well, that's fine. We have the spawns, so I'm not all too concerned. Play E-Temp. We can K-Command X equals 3. Go to combat. Yeah, I was not expecting Blood Moon to be really played all too much anymore. Ghost Vacuum. Yep. Basically just keeping my yard clean. Draw. Fable. Fable is fine. Yep. Let's K-Command. Trigger 1. Trigger 2. K-Command. Ramp Scry Draw. And done. Sowing Myco Spawn. So bottom Talisman. We can top. Top. And draw. Lab. Talisman. And what we're going to do is going to get rid of their white source. Kick Myco Spawn. We should have kept the other Talisman, to be honest. Always yield. That's fine until the turn. Yield. For a forest. Yes. Holding up Dismember. Swing for 7. Down to 10. And hold. Able to Mirror Breaker. Pitching. I actually might want to Dismember at beginning of combat since it will get... Really? So they're on Charmo too? Huh. Ooh, what a tunk. In that case, yeah, I think I'm going to Dismember the Goblin Shaman at the beginning of combat. Because that's the only thing that will give them a white source. And they desperately need it. So if we just Dismember it, that'd be fine. Ragavan's fine. We can K-Command or K-Return that. Beginning of combat. And Dismember Goblin Shaman. And then pass in full. And opponent scoops. Alright, solid. Yeah, I truly, truly believe that Blood Moon is not correct against E-Ramp. It does more harm to your own deck than good for you. Because it doesn't lock me out of my colors, it just locks you into yours. And since I have land hate, if I go after your weakest color, or I guess strongest color, in this case white, you're left pretty much just floundering. Cool. Well, we'll be back for match 4. Alright, and we're back for match 4 on the play for game 1. Yeah, this is kind of rough. It's not great. We're going to mulligan that. This is much better. I will keep. So you want a lab, imprint, talisman, rumble, pitch forest? Pitch forest seems reasonable. And opponent keeps their opening 7. Imprint. Talisman. Pass. Please no force. Alright. And pass. What you got, opponent? What are we playing against? Blood Crypt, Thoughtseize, or Ragathon. Faithless Looting. If you pitch a Archon of Cruelty, I'm going to cast my Myco Spawn for Bojuka Bog. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Archon of Cruelty, Terastodon, anything that could be a persist target. I will Bojuka Bog you. Okay, that's fine. I'm not concerned about those two. Sire 7 Deaths. I will rumble. I will grab... Ooh, interesting. So I could grab Talisman. And then... Yeah, I could grab Talisman or I could grab Sprawl. Sprawl would be mana positive for next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. Otherwise, 1, 2, 3, 4. Same time we're missing a land drop next turn. Talisman is harder to interact with, though, I suppose, than the spawn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Interesting. We'd need Stomping Grounds, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I guess we do need Stomping Grounds if you want to guarantee it. Otherwise, we Utopia Sprawl and it acts as our land drop. I'll go Stomping Ground. Okay, return to yard. I'll play the Windswept Teeth and then pass. This way we can surveil and pause on end step. We're angling for the kicked Myco. Wooded Foothills, fetch. Stomping Ground, shock, 15 for a Renin 6. For a Renin 6. Do you ping the spawn? You do. Rude. In that case, I'm looking for a soul land off top. Excuse me. Commercial district. Trigger. There's the soul land we were looking for. And draw. Ugin Lab. Imprint Sire. Kick Myco Spawn, and I am going to grab what? That's a good question. What am I going to grab? I want to get rid of this because of Boseiju. We could grab a Bojuka Bog, actually. That is a genuine consideration. The alternative is Sanctum. Sanctum allowed me to Herigast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The other option's Temple. And the reason why I think Temple is another good option, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, is because then I could cast Sire as a backup in case Myco Spawn bites the dust to, let's say, a Bolt. Yeah, that's probably the safer bet, honestly. E-Temp and pass. As much as I would like to have grabbed Sanctum or Bog here. I think this is correct. It is just a safer bet. And pass. Paying cost for... Yep, and that's why. Like, well, if it eats a bolt, then I'm in trouble. We don't want that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. Cool. We'll be able to get the sire out at least. And draws. So return sire to hand. Play the forest. And sire 7 deaths. K return, always yield. In this case, no. No. And pass. Next turn we can Herigast and draw 3. Though it's possible that maybe just playing the sires or keeping the sires better. We'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So at the very least we can't hard cast Herigast right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. Fabled Mirror Breaker, yep. And draw. K return. I think just holding the K return here is right. So we go sire, attack. Thinking. Do we attack Ren 6 or attack you? No, we attack you. Yeah. You hold the K return. We attack you. Sire becomes pseudo hexproof. You can't block. And then we have the K return in case you try to Indomitable Creativity. Yeah. Yeah, we're fine. The only thing that would royally suck would be a persist. Persist would be unfortunate. Yeah. You can't block. It has menace. You still can't block. It still has menace. Do you have any reason to play the Stomping Ground, though? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, if we draw into a temple, we can hardcast the Herigast. Or even just a land, actually. We can return the Herigast to hand. We'll pass. Fable. Do you pitch Archon of Cruelty? No. So no persist plan. So this is Indomitable Creativity. I haven't played against this in a hot minute. Indomitable Creativity. Dyslexia's in full swing here. Yes, that is fine. Paying cost. Fable. Yes. So you're telling me you have nothing. You got nothing. End step. Okay, return. No blockers for you. And return Herigast to hand. And draw. Keys a forest. Go to combat. Swing at you for 7. Lethal damage. Yes. Cool. So I win for game one. How did Indomitable Creativity read? Hold up. I actually need to see this. Magic. Scryfall. Scryfall. Where is Scryfall? Ah, here it is. Indomitable Creativity. Okay, so it's exiled. And exiles that card. Okay, so it is played from exile, not from the deck. So Cage only stops persist. So we want probably Dismember, K return. Cut Ghost Quarter, keep Bog. Do we keep the Herigast plan? Or just kind of go in on Sire? Sire can... See, neither one is necessarily great into the face of Archon of Cruelty is the problem. Not sure if this version runs... See, I kind of want to put in some number of Grafdiggers. But I think this is correct, as is. Like I said, some weird matchups today. Like, when's the last time I've seen Indomitable Creativity? Long enough that, like, my Excel spreadsheet doesn't remember it. That's how long ago, at least. I definitely know I've played against it in my however many matches that the spreadsheet handles. Let's see. I think I have 2 columns at the top. Jesus. I have currently kept track of 681 games in this spreadsheet. Now that it's persistent. Before I used to make a new spreadsheet every like season, every time a set got released. But now I have one that's persistent that I can just update as needed with a pivot table. Yeah, that's kind of nutty. Huh. Who would have thunk? Alright. So... Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? We have 8 hits off the top. Rumble 12. I mean, you have 2 draws. I'll keep it. This is a mistake, and we'll get punished for it, but let's do it. I mean, it's very, very good if we find ourselves with a soul land. Let's put it that way. Draw. That's not a soul land. That's a Myco spawn. Red. Pass. Give me a soul land. Or a Malevolent Rumble. I'll take a Rumble. That'll be fine. Theater, Blood Crypt Yard. Pass. So 8. Yeah, like I said, 12 hits off the top right now. Stomping Grounds. Shock. Remnant 6. Maybe not. No. Draw. Okay. I said I'd take a Rumble. I'll take it. Rumble. Lab. Play Lab, Imprint, Herigast. See if they have a Boseiju. Yes. Return to hand. Yes. Surveil land. I think Chrysalis is risky. Because if they have a Wrenn and 6 and ping the spawn, then I'm in trouble. I'm going to put Chrysalis to Yard. I need a land off top. Because if they ping the spawn and I can't play my Myco spawns, I'm in trouble. Fable. Fable's okay. Draw. So Chrysalis does have its benefits. So we'll go Chrysalis. And pass. And pass, or rather hold. Pitching. Please no Terastodons. Terastodon would be bad. Archon is okay. Dwarven Mine, less okay. Do you... Indomitable Creativity. You can do it for 1. Which will be fine, as long as you don't hit a Terastodon. If you hit a Terastodon, I'm in trouble. If you don't Indomitable, then I'm thinking might go spawn for a Bojuka Bog to at least cut off the persist line. The alternatives we could Herigast, but not sure how good that is, honestly. All right. That's awkward. Really funny for me. Really awkward for you. Yeah, that's fine. Go to draw. I would have liked that without that, but this is fine. I can kick for a Bojuka Bog. Get rid of the Stomping Grounds, which is a green source. So that way they don't have Wrenn and 6. But is Wrenn and 6 really the issue right now? Probably not. I mean, it does give them access to Boseiju. I'm thinking maybe the black source, actually. It's only persist, though, but persist is pretty good. So yeah, we'll take out you. And then Bojuka Bog. Well, I'm glad I took out the black source because Bojuka Bog's in Yard. Should probably get in the habit of making sure that is a thing. We'll go Sanctmavugan. And combat for 4. Down to 13. Draw. We can cast Herigast. Do I want to cast Herigast? 1, 2, 3, 4. Block. Do you have another Indomitable Creativity? Persist. Shoot. Sacrifice the Sowing Myco spawn. Trigger Writhing Chris. Discard Herigast. The problem is the reflections of the Kiki Jiki. I need a K command. Either that or Dismember. Sprawl's not it, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can cast Sowing Myco Spawn. One, two, three, four, five, yeah. Yeah, Sprawl's mana neutral. It's actually mana negative, technically. Sowing Myco Spawn. The problem now is that they're going to Reflections of Kiki Jiki. Hit me for 10? Yeah, that's a problem. E-Temp. For red. And Pash. Yeah, the Reflection of Kiki is going to get me killed. Because that's going to be... Oh no, I think I'm dead. Because ETB trigger. Sack. 14. Pitch. Herigast. Yeah, I'm just dead, actually. Because that's 11 plus 6. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Maybe Wastegate Battle Mage isn't a bad idea. I mean, if I drew into the Dismember, K returns, etc., that would have been fine, but we didn't. We even tried to play around the Persist, but because the dog was in Yard, we couldn't do much. Yeah, that's a bit awkward. We could go... I don't know. We could pick up a couple cages. Cut a Rumble, cut an Herigast, 2 cage. At least cuts off the Persist line. It's not great. Yeah, we'll just run it back like this. Huh. Maybe instead of the Myco the turn before, maybe we do go after... Or go with Herigast and draw 3. But like with that hand, we don't really want to pitch 2 Sires, 7 Deaths, a Myco Spawn. Yeah. On the play for game 3. K command. Yeah, so we have decent number of hits. Malevolent Rumble. Lab Imprint. And pass. So K command, Rumble, that's 8. Take a Talisman or Utopia Sprawl. Blood Crypt, Shock, Thoughtseize, or Faithless Looting. Faithless Looting if you pitch any Persist targets, we Bajuka Bog you. Without fail. Yep, that's Bajuka Bog. Alright, draw. Utopia Sprawl. Would have liked the Sprawl, but we need the Bajuka Bog. Bajuka Bog, target you. No Persist today, please. And hold in case of Beseiju. Wooded Foothills, fetch. Stomping Ground, shock. Renin 6. Renin 6, yep. And picks up the fetch, passing, and draw. Herigast. Okay, so there's a thought to playing the Myco Spawn then. Verdant Catacombs, fetch. Stomping Ground Shock. Myco Spawn. Always yield. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have a Sanctum in hand, so I'm thinking we either go Commercial District or we go for Forest Sprawl. So we can get double red. Sometimes they play Prismatic Ending though, so I'm thinking maybe we go Stomping Ground Shock. Yeah, let's go Stomping Ground Shock. Resolve, Sprawl for green and red. And pass. I guess maybe we still should have went for Forest actually in retrospect, because then they can't Beseiju the Sprawl, but then again they're going to Beseiju the Ugin Lab instead most likely. Paying cost for a bolt. Beseiju, yes. For a commercial district. Renzex will pick up Beseiju. Herigast, 2 yard. Round 6 picks up Beseiju, plays a land. Wooded Foothills. And draw. K command. So we can cast Herigast Sanctum. The question then becomes, do you want to exile our hand with the K command there? I don't think so. So let's first off and foremost go to combat. We're going to swing at Renin 6. Renin 6 to 2. We can play the E-Temp. They can Beseiju, sure. We can play the Herigast for 4. Leaving back, what? Nothing for K command, actually. We could even attempt to Emrakul. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we could Emrakul. Sanctum of Ugin. Sacrifice Sowing Myco Spawn. Red, 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 colorless. Always yield. We're going to say no. Going to yield. Yes. Grab Emrakul. Resolves. Emerge Emrakul from Herigast. 1, 2. Our turn, and let's see what we got. You'll want to fetch with Wooded Foothills. Down to 13, so we have lethal on board now. Maracas Theater. Faithless Looting to Yard. There's Beseiju, there's Creativity, there's Archon and Persist. Draw. Wooded Foothills, Beseiju Fable. Double Persist. Jesus, double Persist. So, go to main. I'm pretty sure we want a Faithless Looting. Pitch Creativity doesn't really get them. Oh, actually, they can Faithless. They can whatchamacallit. Go for Dwarven Mine, right? So I do think we have to Faithless Looting here. So red. Looting. Flashback. Beside. So Thoughtseize. We can Thoughtseize target self. That's a thought. So we need to pitch Creativity. We don't want to pitch Archon. We can pitch Persist. And then we can Wooded Foothills fetch for a black source of Thoughtseize Persist. Yes. And then play Wooded Foothills fetch for a black source. Blood Crypt Shock. The Thoughtseize self. And get rid of Persist. Minus Renin 6. Deal Renin 6 itself damage. So you have no fetches. And at this point, we pass. I don't think there's a way they can win now. Bloodstainmire. That is fine. You can get a dwarf, but you have no way to Creativity. You can't play Archon. Damning Sphere does nothing. Fable does nothing. Bloodstainmire fetch. Surveil. I don't think we left anything in hand that they could work with. Yeah, this looks like a win. Alright. We got there. Solid win against Creativity. I mean, the Herigast and the Emrakul lines can be really good. I mean, it's also very risky, right? There is a very big potential of just a complete blowout if they were able to get an Archon on board. Or if, like, the hand just didn't have enough interaction. So, thankfully it worked out, but it very well could have gone wrong. With that said, we'll be back for match 5. Alright, and we're back for match 5 on the play for game 1. Let's take a look. I mean, yeah, this looks good, especially drawn to an Herigast. Does look promising. I mean, it's a Myco spawn on 2, or we can hold for a kick to Myco spawn on 3. We have K return. I'll fetch Verdant Cat for Stomping Grounds and Shock. Utopia Sprawl for red and pass. And pass. Triome. Could be Zoo. K command. We'll hold the E temp then, and pass, hold K command. Plain Swamp Forest. Yeah, looking like Zoo if I had to bet. Wooded Foothills. That's weird. End step. I'm going to cast the K command as a permission spell. Done. Resolves. I'm even more confused now. I'll be real. I'm even more confused now. Rumble top, K command top, and draw. And draw. What in the world? Do I Uginslab Tuck Sire? Yeah, I think I do. Uginslab Imprint. Because that gives me a K command. X equals 2. Target the Triumph. Do you have Consign main? White. So that's Leyline Binding that they're thinking of. Fetch. Thundering Falls. Pitching Flage. We could go Bajuka Bog. Binding. Binding target. Sprawl. Sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I will go with E-Temp. X equals 2 and hold. Land. Fetch. Kavu, ETB. 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I would K command exile the Flage now. I also just exile the Kavu. Yeah, let's just exile the Kavu. Ramp and exile. Kavu down. And done. And pass. Draw. Herigast. Huh. Things we don't have double red. Return Sire to hand. The only thing is I could do is try and find a land off Rumble. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need a land specifically. And let's go for a land here. There's Sanctum. Sanctum. And Sire. Trigger. 5 types in Yard. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Short on the Emrakul, but I think what I will grab is another Myco Spawn to kick and Bajuka Bog. Let's go to combat. And pass. They now need a solution for Sire. Like this turn. If they don't, they lose. Draw. Utopia Sprawl. Okay. Attack with Myco Spawn Sire. Paying cost for Leyline Binding. Target Sire 7 deaths. Trigger. Yep. You got the Sire, right? Attack. You're down to 3. I will kick, sowing Myco Spawn. Go after your white source. That seems reasonable. Bajuka Bog. Target you, no Flage, friend. Lethal's on board, down to 2. Surveil. Tribal Flames ain't gonna cut it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, we draw into a temple, we can cast the Herigast. This against Zoo. And Bone scoops it up. Alright. So in that case, I want Wayscape Battle Mage. Dismember. Cut to Herigast. Cut Ghost Quarter. Cut Rumble. And cut a K return. And run it back. Imagine opponent brings in Consign, potentially Clarion Conqueror. I don't think what else though. I think that's mainly what they bring in here. Wayscape's good. Would like more lands though. I will keep. I'll pass. Opponent goes down. Nope. Opponent keeps 7 pregame action. So we can Wayscape that. Ragavan, that's a bit rough though. I think we should Wayscape the Leyline as much as I want to block the Ragavan. I will, in that case, Stomping Grounds tapped, pass? Yeah. And pass. And pass. Ragavan will hit, probably hit a land since I want to land right now. Probably gonna hit a Ugins Lab. Yeah, Emrakul. I'm actually fine if you're hitting that. Temple Garden, Shock, 18. And Kavu. Why? Yeah, them doing that and holding the Flooded Strand worries me a bit. So I'm going to hold for a K command instead. I want them to fetch, and then I'll exile the Ragavan. Shoot. So that tells me they have a consign. Point blank statement. Main. Go to combat. K command. Ramp, exile, exile the Ragavan. And done. Show me the consign. Really? Then why didn't you fetch the Flooded Strand? What in the what? I'll take the 5 down to 13. Discards a card. Pitches Wear Tear. Okay. So why sacrifice the treasure and not fetch? 2 in hand. Weird. Kavu number 2. End step. 1 in hand, draw. Dismember. Yes. Wayscape Battle Mage, kick. Well, actually, there's another thought. We could Sowing Mycospawn. We could Sowing Mycospawn and grab for a Ugins Lab. Ugins Lab Talisman. 2, 4, 5, 6, meaning that if I draw into, yeah, let's do that. Please still don't have a consign. That would be backbreaking. Always yield. And the good news is they can only consign one thing. Ugins Lab. Ugins Lab trigger. I actually don't want to always yield this. I will tuck an Emrakul. And then Talisman. I will hold in response, because this means they can't have a Stubborn Denial up. I'm going to dismember the Kavu. Kavu down. I would love a land off top so we can cast Cyrus 7 Deaths. Ragavan to yard. Okay, 1 in hand, 2 in hand. If Kavu attacks, we block. Yep. Trigger. Discards a card, discards Wooded Foothills. Block the Kavu. Lush Port. And draw. Wish it wasn't so painful, but yes. Confirming 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. Short on Emrakul. Worst thing they could have in their hand right now is probably a Leyline Binding. I guess that either that or Consign, admittedly. Moto's having a moment, though. Try and play this again. Nope. Just having a moment. We will wait. I mean, I could just try and go for the Wayscape, but I think we need to just land this now. And pass. Do you have a Binding? Do you have a Consign? Okay, no Consign. Do you have a Binding? Flowstrand Fetch. Plains. Binding. No. Triumph Cycle. 2 in hand. The good news about Binding is I can Wayscape it. Fable. Fable's fine. No attacks. Draw. Go to combat. Attack for 7. Go up to 14. Down to 9. I mean, they're digging for answers at this point, so I will tap and tap for Talisman. Wayscape Kick. Should I Wayscape Kick? Fable can find potential answers. Kick, Fable. Pass. And pass. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Makes a treasure. Discards a card. Draws a card. Did you find a Binding? They did not. They concede. We got there. All right. Solid. 4-1 at the end of 5. Not bad at all. Yeah, so Herigast really does swing in both directions, and it can be pretty rough sometimes. Like, sometimes it's just an absolute brick, and sometimes it's the best thing you could draw or have in your opening hand, right? I do wonder if maybe going all in is wrong. Like, maybe cut 2 Herigast. And maybe try and strike a balance between Herigast and, I don't know, Null Drifter and Ugin. And run something like that. Maybe just run Ugin, for that matter. I don't know. I just, it sucks so much when you have nothing but an Herigast in hand. And then you go, cool. You draw another Herigast and you go, awesome. And you just have 7 mana, whether it be Eldrazi or otherwise, and you're like, cool, if this was anything else that I would normally play in this slot, Ugin, Null Drifter, World Breaker, etc., it would be fantastic. But it's not, right? So I do wonder if not going all in is better, or if going all in is better. I don't know. I can definitely look at the data, and as I maybe test this version more, we'll generate more data to say one way or another if Herigast has good cast data but bad opening hand data, then we want to keep Herigast as a part of the deck, but maybe have fewer of them so we don't see it in the opening hand, right? So that can kind of be the give and take, is that we don't want to see it in the opening hand as much, but it's still good when it's cast. So we'll have to figure it out. Either ways, with that being said, that there will be the end of today's video. As always, if you did enjoy it, please do consider hitting the like button, comment down below if you did see any lines that I missed, any mistakes that I made, or any general feedback. It'd be much appreciated. For as much that I hope that you all learn from me in both my success and failures, I hope I can learn from you all as well. Last but not least, if you have reached this point in the video and haven't already, please do consider hitting the subscribe button as we're getting closer and closer to our next goal of 1,000 subscribers. At which point, I'll be able to start monetizing these videos, allowing me to start saving up for a streaming PC, so we can stream live over on Twitch. In the meantime, though, if you do want to support me monetarily, you can do so over my Patreon, where you can get early access to my 2 videos and any updates I make to my deck guides. With that being said, though, folks, I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye.